Hey, I'm Mega. Oh, you caught me milking. Classy. As someone who now owns another copy of Maths Training, numbers are a big deal to me. It's by first sight, honestly, and that's what I did. I played 1-2 Switch at a friend's house and I just needed a Nintendo Switch.
1-2 Switch taught me how to take care of a baby. 1-2 Switch. It's a no-nonsense, get right down to it game. 1, 2, and switch. It's all you need. A launch title of a Switch in a similar vein to Wii Sports. 4 sports so that Wii Remote could move, and one that I've never played. Fingers though, that was a pack-in.
Oh god.
Which meant you didn't have to buy Wii Sports unless you're me. 1-2 Switch is £50 and I was so determined to get it second. Back in 2017, I was really preparing for my first Switch game. I had 1, 2 and Switch, but not 1-2 Switch. I really wanted my first game to be Minecraft Nintendo Switch Edition, but I had to settle for 1-2 Switch.
I was pissed and excited.
While I may have really wanted my first Switch game to be Minecraft Nintendo Switch Edition, I literally didn't have anything to play on the console, so at least with 1-2 Switch I could have something to play. And hey, it being multiplayer focused, I love multiplayer games like Toy Story 3, Little Big Planet and Big Brain.
No!
So it'll be good, right?
And it was! So long as you're in the mood.
1-2 Switch has a very heavy party theming to it. You see all these people on the title screen playing it. So, if you're not in the mood for a big party game, then you won't be playing 1-2 Switch. Throughout the summer of 2017, my mum wondered why me and my sister didn't play the Switch much.
It wasn't clear?
We literally only had 1-2 Switch. I did end up getting Minecraft Nintendo Switch this number 3rd of February 2018, and I also got Super Mario Odyssey at Christmas just before that. Though for the first 6 months of owning the Switch, we only had the one game, made Mega buy a Switch over here. Enough of a history lesson, this isn't Big Brain Academy, this is 1-2 Switch. Be mindful of my surroundings? Looking each other in the eye, huh?
Now, that's what I call an excuse for lackluster happenings of the TV. It doesn't mean there is. I just like calling looking into someone's eye an excuse.
1, 2, 1, 2, switch!
I like that. By pressing that, we can hop straight into the game. Oh come on, it's literally filled. This is the most exercise my wrists have had since I played Wii Fit Plus earlier. Once you've shook 1 and 2, you can head into the meat of the game, landing you straight onto the shuffle option to pick a random game out of the 28, including Team Battle as an option too. 20 players though?
I guess I can only get the full experience in 2025.
Essentially, 2 teams work on winning as many 1-2 Switch minigames as they can for their team. Or just for you as one-person teams are a feature.
Oh, Nintendo. Just for me?
If the first game ends in a draw, then the board does the first step of Uno and you get a nice new selection starting with oh god. Once you win a game, you get a nice wheel to spin. It could land on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or death.
Big fan of a realism in 1-2 Switch.
It just ends up being a race to a finish. It's just turning 1-2 Switch into a board game, but it's a really enticing way to play. Probably the most fun. Each game is flung at you right after each other, which is perfect for a party, though it does mean you may have to wait a while for your favourites. Speaking of, the menu! You can individually select a minigame here, with a lot of variety from quick draw to fake draw. If you accidentally select the wrong game, then you can either have an aneurysm, or press plus or minus, whichever you have in your Joy-Con. I've always thought this icon looked like the start button on the Wii Remote, the white one of course. It just looks very Wii-y.
Wii. Such a great describing word. My interests are Wii.
I'm an experienced 1-2 Switcher, at least 20 hours in this sucker, so I've experienced every minigame 1-2 Switch has to offer.
So 28.
Up first?
If only I had one of those.
You're trying to beat your opponent to pick up the Joy-Con as quickly as possible once the phone rings, and you're meant to say hello, but Nintendo, you can't trick me. I know the Switch doesn't have a microphone.
Great for not saying hello in 1-2 Switch, but not so great for the possibility of Flipnote Studio returning.
It's a fine game, but doesn't really show off much what the Joy-Con can do. It more shows off what the Joy-Con is unable to do, like hearing hello or see him on TV.
Ball count, one of my favourites in 2017. It's just so cool tilting the Joy-Con just a little bit and hearing all the balls moving around inside of your Joy-Con. Such a great usage of HD Rumble, but do you know what isn't? Yeah, worst HD Rumble experience on Switch. I can't feel anything, I'm too busy being a tree.
Remember, there's nothing zen about cheating.
Well, that told me. Treasure Chest, another of my favourites. Tilting the Joy-Con around is just the right way to enchain it. So satisfying. As for Milk, I wouldn't want to be caught playing this.
I'd have to introduce myself again. It would be such a pain.
I milked a cow when I was like 8, and that was a fake cow and it just spat out water. And I have to say, it felt nothing like 1-2 Switch.
I thought you were educational!
Well, if you're looking for education, fuck off, I hate educational games. I'm more of a safecracker person, and oh Nintendo, just for me again.
I'm loving this parasocial relationship with a games company.
Another nice use of HD Rumble, rotating the Joy-Con around until we feel a different vibration, then hold it there. It must have been fun in the recording studio during the development of 1-2 Switch, as this lady just gasps every time I safecrack.
Quit gasping, it's just my style!
Quick Draw, the iconic 1-2 Switch and Google minigame. Guns for the whole family in a very colourful form. Samurai Training... Great for those who love clapping, not for those who don't.
It's not for me.
Sneaky Dice. I only like dice if they're sneaky. I honestly really like this one, shaking the Joy-Con and flipping it over, and your opponent can feel the amount that you rolled through HD Rumble. And vice versa, leading to either genuine comments or bluffing, to try and get your opponent to re-roll to get a lower number than yours. It's all about being the highest, just like in the playground.
Hey, I'm Mega.
Signal flags? Now that's a whole other deal. You have to follow the orders of a female voice and do the opposite of the male. It's just like school. It's fine, but just a bit... On the flip side, Soda Shake. I really like this one. Just shake the right Joy-Con and pass it on until it pops. The cool thing about this one is that there's really no true way to play. Of course there's the demo video showing how you shake and pass it on, but you can apply your own twist to it. Only allow each person to shake for say 3 seconds, and then they decide how much strength to apply to their shake during that time. Either go full blast, or for all 3 seconds just do a little shake.
Nintendo, just hire me already!
Up next is Shave, always one that I've been good at. The trick is to shave your neck for the most points. Joy-Con rotation, I love the way it's said.
Joy-Con rotation!
Just sets you up for a great minigame, honestly. Me and my sister used to play this one a ton, and she was always better than me. Urgh! I do really like this minigame, but it's always bothered me how the person on the left has red theming when their Joy-Con is blue. It's just irritating.
I love caring about things no one else does.
Table tennis, Wii Sports Resort, but bad. You ever just play table tennis in Wii Sports Resort?
Yeah!
And love seeing where the ball is on screen?
Yeah!
Well, fuck you. You can't see the ball at all in this minigame. It just takes out all the fun. It's like pretending to play table tennis. It just makes you want to just go and turn on your Wii. Same can be said for baseball, but we'll get to that. Baby! The only educational game that 1-2 Switch gave me. You try to rock a baby to sleep, either in arm held mode or in docked. The right Joy-Con suddenly becomes annoying. Just how realistic this baby is just creeps me out. I hate it.
Thanks to 1-2 Switch, I now know I never want to be a parent.
Fake Draw. Great for those Fromage fans out there. It's essentially just Quick Draw, but instead of the guy saying fire, he says a ton of other F words first, excluding fuck. It's pretty interesting, and probably a bit more fun than Quick Draw. You never know what to expect. Maybe he'll say your favourite F word. Baseball. Oh hey look, it's the same as table tennis. Once again, no ball on screen. This whole game really isn't looking good for visible ball fans. The only thing I like about this one is tricking my sister by pulling a fastball. That's it. As for eating contest, I eat that up. Just eat in front of a Joy-Con. The hardest thing about this one is finding how far to put the Joy-Con from your mouth, and also keeping it there. If it's any closer or further, it won't detect your eating.
Damn.
It's also cool that you can use your hand to eat. My mum wouldn't allow that. Beach flag. Run. Run as fast as you can, faster than your opponent, and then pull up to successfully win. To unsuccessfully win, don't.
Up next is Witchcraft, a personal favourite of mine. Just thrust your wand as much as you can, but be careful because you don't want to over-thrust. I played this one at school at break with a friend of mine, but we had to put it away because the teachers feared of it connecting to the internet.
Sword fight. Honestly quite a forgettable minigame. You can either strike vertically or horizontally at your opponent, or hold the trigger button to block attacks. It's fine, but again, nothing shows on the screen, so it's not too fun. Next is Boxing Gym, which me and my sister used to have a ton of fun with. Even now, we occasionally randomly say uppercut to each other as a joke. At the end, it ended rapid fire mode, which essentially just gives a lot of points to whoever punched the fastest and none to who didn't. Looking back, it's fine, though I prefer rhythm boxing a lot more. Same thing with the swap colours and Joy-Con rotation applies here too. Plate spin.
No! Fuck this minigame. I'm not playing it!
Copy dance. A personal favourite of mine. Just strike a pose and have the other person copy it. I really enjoy it. Runaway is right after it, and it's another I enjoy, though probably only because I'm strangely good at it.
That's a useful skill I'll take for a future career.
Air guitar. A personal favourite of my mum. Just pretend you're playing an air guitar. That's it. Strum to the rhythm for the most points. Dance off allows you just to go wild, doing your craziest moves, but a few times throughout you have to stop. Stay the stillest for the most points. I've played to Zen. I'm a pro at this.
And finally, Gorilla. The one minigame no one will ever play with me.
You try and gorilla to the rhythm, repeating the calls of a gorilla you're trying to win over. The closest to Simon Says that 1-2-Switch has to offer. And that's all 1-2-Switch has to offer. While the majority's opinion of 1-2-Switch is that it's a bad game, I've had a lot of fun with it over the 4 years that I've owned it, and I don't think it's bad. Yeah, it's not the game I take on a trip over Super Mario Maker 2, but that doesn't mean I'll never touch it again.
At the end of the day, most people who complain about 1-2-Switch have stopped. No one cares about it anymore, and those that do, they probably talked about some lackluster collection at one point. I am a pro at caring about things others have gone past. Like this Easter egg. Everyone's gone past Easter, but I still have this egg, and oh, I can't wait to try it, and it's good!